Where they at? Where they at, Cathy Cat? Tell us where they at.
I think I just explained that. You just explained that too. Is there anything else to explain?
Explain
You want to
exactly what we're doing on this earth, Cathy Cat. The great existential struggles of our time. Trend without the trauma. That's a great band name.
Hey, podcast kittens, it's Cathy Cat and
Ladybeard coming at you with another sickeningly cute installment of
Cat with Beard.
Tell me why it's a sickeningly cute episode today, Cathy Cat.
Well, it's too cute to be sad is the title that we also have for this one.
Too cute to be sad.
And we're going to talk about Japan's Yami Kawaii, Menhera, and Jirai Kei fashion.
This is gonna be something.
This is going to be something. So Harajuku is like the pop culture of Japan. The
Pop culture
kind
capital.
of the capital, the heart, the beating heart of Harajuku Fashion. Harajuku Fashion produces different styles and sub-styles depending on what is popular, maybe also popular trends in popular media. I've been saying popular a lot. And there's, Lolita fashion, which I generally wear. There is Decora fashion, where you decorate yourself a lot. And in recent years, there's been Jirai Kei, Yami Kawaii joining. And a lot of people know these styles now because they've been out for a long time. And we're going to break them down a little bit and explain why in Japan it's not just a fashion, it is also a bit of a lifestyle.
A lifestyle choice, kind of in the way that like punk or goth could be a lifestyle choice, at least when we were growing up in the Western world. There's actually kind of a similar thing you got here with the Yami Kawaii and the Menhera and the rest of it, the Jirai Kei. Tell us about it, Cathy Cat.
Right, so first let's break down Yami Kawaii. The word kawaii everyone should know by now, which is cute. But Yami means sick or mentally, emotionally unwell. So it's a combination of that. So Yami Kawaii is like sick cute.
So hang on. So sorry. So we have a fashion style called Yami Kawaii.
Fashion. Yami Kawaii, yes.
And this means sick cute.
Sick cute if you translate it literally. And this fashion expresses emotional or mental struggles through cute aesthetics.
All right, because that's not traditionally what one would associate with cute aesthetics.
Yeah, usually you just have like cute girls, everything is very sugary, but those ones have like a darker undertone to it. So for example, you'd find visuals that have, for example, band-aids on them, syringes, pill cases, tears, or broken hearts. So it's a little bit more, it's not just sweet and happy all the time. It's more like there is a darker undertone to that fashion, and those symbols are being used.
It's sort of like a Japanese extension of emo fashion almost in that regard, isn't it?
That's an interesting angle. The colors are very different though. So the aesthetic is more like towards pinks and pastels and such, but the aesthetics also shows vulnerability and pain, but still in soft colors, cute forms and such. So it has still that Japanese kawaii aspect to it.
Yeah, it is interesting looking at these Yami Kawaii girls, isn't it? Because they look so adorable with the way they put themselves together. But it's an adorableness which says to the world, I'm struggling mentally. I'm struggling emotionally. I'm struggling mentally. And this is my way of letting you know. It's by being really adorable. Which is two things you wouldn't logically necessarily put together.
We're going to talk about that actually a little bit more as this episode continues. We're going to talk a little bit more about that.
Did I jump the gun? Did I come in too early on something I wasn't meant to say?
No, certainly.
Okay, good.
I hope that got all of you a bit more curious to find out more about this.
Okay.
So this was just like very briefly Yami Kawaii.
That was Yami Kawaii. Next we have Jirai Kei.
So Jirai Kei, I've spoken about on Ask Japanese videos as well. That's been popular like even in times of pandemic. So that's been around for a long time now.
Actually, yeah, that's right.
And Jirai is actually, if you translate it properly, it means landmine. So they're the landmine girls referred to a lot. So it's the metaphor for something who's emotionally unstable or explosive, who could blow up on you.
Explosive, that's right. That's right. She's a landmine. She's adorable. She's fantastic. She'll make your dreams come true until she explodes.
Exactly. So it's the style of it, like extra. I lost my trail of thought now, sorry.
What a concept. She's a landmine.
So it's like a fashion with an ultra feminine edge to it and an edge of darkness and danger in it as well. So the colors are not as pastel-y as they are. They're kind of like it's generally pink and black.
Yes.
And a certain shade of pink as well.
Yes.
A bit darker shade of pink, not a very pastel-y one, and black. That's the most common used colors.
Yep.
So associated with girls who are seen or stereotype themselves as clingy, jealous, or emotionally intense.
Yeah, so to put it in English terms, red flag. just, if she's wearing this fashion, she's sending a message to the world. Red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag.
Well, but rather than deny these labels
Well,
as
this
being
is it.
clingy, jealous, and emotionally intense, Jirai Kei reclaims that through fashion.
Yes, she has been honest about it. You must give her that.
So yeah, it overlaps with idol fan culture as such.
Yeah, it does. That's correct.
There is a reason why this resonates. It resonates with girls of this generation. We're going to mention that. But first of all, we also have not quite explained what Menhera is.
Menhera! Here we go. What's Menhera all about, Cathy Cat?
That's not as such a fashion style, but it is an element often used in Yami Kawaii, or girls who wear Yami Kawaii or Jirai Kei are sometimes referred to as being Menhera.
As being Menhera.
So Menhera is a short term, which is like almost an internet shortened version of mental healther. So it's like an online slang for people posting on mental health forums or having mental health issues.
Started on 2channel. So if people on 2channel were calling those who went and posted on mental health blogs, they were calling them mental hellers. Mental health. Get rid of the th. So now you have mental hell.
Menhera.
And you add on an one who does mental hell. That's where that came from.
I mean, I don't think hell in the sense of hell.
Oh, I have a feeling, Shiori. Can I confirm? You cut that TH from health and you get hell.
I don't think that's it.
Yeah, so it's like another form of Japanese love's abbreviation thing. So mental
ヘラにはヘルが入ってないじゃん。
so mental health went to menheru, and then menheru plus and then menheru, and then it turns into menhera.
So
So does it mean that they give hell to other people? Is hell supposed to be in it?
No, it was so thinking about the Japanese language, like a katakana language, mental health, it's too long. So we shortened it into menheru, and then
Has nothing to do
So
with
I
hell.
was incorrect when I thought it was incorporating hell, as in where Satan lives.
That's
no,
not what-
it doesn't. It doesn't have nothing to do.
Ladybeard made an interpretation, and it turns out it was inaccurate. Well, look, hey, we've all learnt something on Cat with Beard today.
Well, it does associate with darker tones and emotional slogans and mental health openness. It has nothing to do with hell, though. So it's just health abbreviated differently.
All right. Well, look, all right. Ladybeard bum steered us there. Keep going, Cathy Cat.
So-
Tell us the actual facts.
So menhera is a term for like people who have mental health issues and they like to label themselves as such as well. But whereas Yami Kawaii and Jirai Kei refer to fashion style. So that's already the difference.
Okay.
And that might sound a little bit insensitive to some of you. The term menhera might sound very insensitive.
Yeah, it's not a label you'd really go throwing around in the Western world very liberally, is
Wouldn't
it?
do it as that, but you have to also understand in Japan, mental health help is not offered as easily as it is in the West, and it's not talked about as much.
That's right.
So by actually giving yourself the label and drawing attention to it and bringing it into pop culture, it is finally actually addressing something that has not really been addressed in Japan.
Yeah, you don't hear about
Yeah.
mental health services and things like that. in
Not
Japan,
really
do
that
you?
much in Japan. It's also not covered by health insurance as far as I know. So that's already another topic.
I
here.
guess at that end, you sort of have to be rich to see the psychologist, arguably, then, if it's not covered by your insurance.
It seems to be very expensive to find someone and have practitioner in Japan. We had some actually of our guests here on the podcast who said they have issues finding some practitioners to help them work through certain issues of mental health in Japan. They're looking for someone. So the shared philosophy in all of these styles is I'm not okay and that's okay. And that's an important thing to say because in Japan there's been a lot of pressure generally on girls. You know, obviously you need to be smiling, you need to be nice, you need to be a good girl.
You need to
know,
be cooperative.
Be cooperative, be kawaii, be cute, be a good girl. But this one, like these styles, they're not attention seeking. They're emotional armor for some of those girls. So they're seen as emotional armor for some of those girls to finally draw attention to this. And Japan often avoids to talk openly about mental health, especially in young women, because we have to, like young girls and women in Japan often seem to have to perform to certain roles and stereotypes. So it is kind of making invisible emotions visible through style and addressing it finally.
I would imagine, considering your background with the Lolita world and also with Ask Japanese and everything you do, I would imagine you have probably interviewed these types of girls before who were involved in this kind of culture, yeah?
Yeah, there's a lot of girls if you just walk down the street. Literally today, just on the station, I saw a lot of Jirai girls walk past, a lot of girls in that kind of fashion. It's interesting. Some people wear it more as fashion, but a lot of people wear it also as a lifestyle. So sometimes you can't tell whether they just wear the fashion because they think it's cute or that because they wear the fashion as their armor, as mentioned earlier, to express, hey, don't mess with me. I can get like very unstable.
Very unstable. Very unstable.
So, depending on which fashion style we're talking about.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So, Yami Kawaii and Menhera and Jirai Kei all started kicking off around the year 2010, 2013, that period. Mostly starting off online on the old Pixif, the Twitter, the Tumblr, places like that.
Yes, and influences also did come from Harajuku Decora and Visual Kei. So you could have similar t-shirts and stuff. Like it kind of started blending. So you generally have like a lot of subcultures already in Harajuku, and then they split into more subcultures as the society also evolves.
And so a mascot for the Menhera lifestyle was made. Menhera-chan. She's an anime Menhera girl.
Yeah, so, I mean, Menhera-chan, a lot of people might actually already have come across. She's made by Bizuko Ezaki. And it's a girl who wears, like, you know, she has pink hair and everything. But it also has some... It looks cute on the first view.
First one's adorable.
Looks cute, but then the more you look at it, it has some very serious and adult topics in it.
Yeah, the closer you look, the more you... I don't have a conclusion to that sentence.
All right. So it's spread through brands like Listen Flavor. You can still buy, I think, items with that on ACDC Rack and InDesign. So that's a lot. She became kind of like a symbol for Menhera-chans because it was, in a way, talking about something that people didn't used to talk about before.
Yeah.
And Jirai Kei started gaining popularity in the late 2010s heavily via TikTok and idol culture, but then magazines picked it up quite quickly too.
A lot of this stuff now, a lot of the stuff that happens in Japan that was always, you know, very hard to uncover before, and this could go for things anywhere. Now with the TikToki and the YouTubey, it's very much getting exposed globally, isn't it?
Quicker, way quicker, yeah.
A lot more awareness.
Takes
things like this, when they're talking about mental health and whatnot, it's opening a new chapter in the cultural history of the nation, I would argue, as these topics begin to get discussed.
All right. I have nothing to add to that.
All right, let's keep going with the script.
There we go. So let me give you a fashion breakdown because obviously if you can't imagine it right now, we're going to try and help you imagine the styles.
Yeah, I tell you what. Yeah, take us through a Cathy Cat because I'll be frank. Fashion's not something that Ladybeard does a great job of grasping. So I need Cathy Cat to talk me through this from a fashionista standpoint.
So if you first of all, Yami Kawaii, think pink, lavender, mint, blue, pastel-y kind of colors. There's some really nice purples in there. So, and accessories can be syringes or fake pills or syringes, but like kind of toy syringes that have like little bows on them. So kind of taking something very serious, making it really cute in a way. I've seen fake razor blades. Actually, you know, they like made out of plastic. They're not sharp, but fake razor blades, like big sized razor blades as accessories. Wow. Fake pills, eye patches, teddy bears that might be patched up as well. That kind of, so it brings a kind of like mental health breakdown part to the fashion as a part of it. And prints will say things like, I want to disappear, I'm tired of pretending. But it still has like soft silhouettes. Some of the items or the t-shirts are generally like baggy or oversized. And they're used as emotional camouflage, as said. Jirai Kei is the next one.
Hey, here we go.
Jirai Kei is now actually...
Mine.
Yes, it's now easier accessible. At the start, it was a little bit hard to get off, find stuff, but now there's a lot of brands who cater for towards Jirai Kei. So Land My Girl's cuteness with danger underneath.
Oh, look out!
And the visual cues actually very, very different. So we had the Yami Kawaii with the pastels and kind of like maybe like slogans or anime imageries on it. While Jirai Kei is generally black, pink. They have chokers, heart garters, heavy makeup, frilly dresses, and they're like certain brands now that cater for them. So Swan Kiss or Ink Rouge, or I think I've seen some on Yuma Tembo that's been recommended to me by someone I interviewed. And it looks actually, in a way, very chic.
Okay.
Luckily, and I find that as a wearing Lolita most of the time, I find it nice to finally see bows again, frills again, and there are a lot of accessories we can share. So Jirai Kei and Lolita Fashion can actually share accessories.
Okay.
So for example, these kind of headpieces, you could wear them for Jirai Kei, but you could also wear them for Lolita Fashion. And thanks to Jirai Kei being more affordable, it kind of made these sort of accessories a lot like more affordable in general now.
Right.
But it was first hard. You had to go to a Lolita fashion brand to get a headpiece, or you have to make it yourself. Headpieces suddenly became aware on the market, like easily, you could purchase them easier in Harajuku. So it was nice to see that kind of crossover. What makes Jirai Kei different though to Lolita fashion, because sometimes people confuse those, is Jirai Kei is a bit more sexy.
Oi! Look out, Benjamin! Tell us more.
There will, for example, be like shoulders exposed, or the skirts. One of the big giveaway is skirts are shorter.
Okay, all right.
Skirts are way shorter. So it's not, you have to like, if you're not quite sure, is she a gothic Lolita or is she Jirai Kei girl? Look how short the skirt is. That already gives a lot away. Lolita fashion, generally the skirts are long. They go to about to your knee.
I see.
And, with Jirai Kei, they're actually kind of shorter. A lot of items are like tucked in quite tight, so you can actually make out the female shape.
Oh, all right.
So it's very feminine. And it's not hiding too much. So it's kind of the style that I'd say it goes almost towards a little bit of idol, kind of like frilly and cute. But there's always the warning with the pink and the black, they could explode.
Yeah, those are the landmine colors, the pink and the black.
And I gotta say, Jirai girls are very done up well. Like,
yeah, they look incredible.
They look so done up well. Like
put together.
everything's on point. The makeup's on point. The hair is on point. Sometimes the hair is like styled in a specific way. Like lots of detail to attention. They look very pretty. Lots of that. And there's also handling behavior and cues. So dramatic eye makeup, often with droopy crying eyes or fake tears.
They do a lot of that. Yep.
Then we also have eye patches or band-aids worn like fashion accessories.
Okay.
So that sounds a bit more like Yami Kawaii though. So that's more towards Yami Kawaii, the eye patches. Okay. And then hair, bangs, twin tails, and the hime cut, the princess style cut, like someone that's like cut right at your chin kind of thing. Those ones as well. So they're done like their style is on point. But common poses between both of those fashion styles, between Yami Kawaii and Jirai Kei, is sad eyes. And clutching maybe plushies, or have bags that look like plushies. That's more of a trend recently.
Yeah, and they do that makeup in their eyes when there's a big puff under the eye, when it looks like they're sick. I guess this gets back to the yummy side of the sickness kawaiiness, doesn't it?
So the tear bags or the eye bags is seen as a negative thing in the West, but it's a positive thing in Japan because it also has a youthfulness. So it's said to be like as if you just cried, like your eyes are a little bit puffy, and it's said to be kind of youthful. I don't understand. It's a cultural thing, I think. So it is very difficult to talk about this because you can get from the angle of just going as this is fashion, or as the angle is it is also an expression. And fashion will always be a way of expressing yourself. So there's the question, so why does this resonate so strongly with girls in Japan? One thing that we heard is that it's a silent emotional protest. So it saying, I'm hurting in a culture that tells you to stay quiet.
Oh, I see.
So that's why it resonates.
Yeah, that's right. Emotional expression is not necessarily encouraged in all contexts in Japan. That's correct.
Yeah, and like especially talking about your feelings or deeper or darker feelings is generally not encouraged.
You get told to Gammonstare, don't you? Gammonstare means just put up with it.
Or like, for example, in Germany, we would get asked about text. We had to write our own opinions down. While sometimes it's more like, it's yes or no, kind of check the box answers here in Japan a bit more.
These are your opinions, you've been told. Now regurgitate them.
I'm not sure it's like that, but it is like it's a more multiple choice kind of system than a write your own experiences for a long amount of time.
Speak from your heart.
So that kind of emotional protest, so fashion becomes a tool of survival, of saying, hey, I am actually not okay. And I think also, especially with the Yami Kawaii, with the kind of like darkness themes in there, it's girls who love the cuteness, but they can't feel that the cuteness by itself still resonates with them because there's a darkness that needs to be addressed as well. Then another reason why it's said that it might resonate is its control over the identity. So in schools and in society in Japan, the roles are very rigid.
Yeah.
And a lot of pressure is put on girls in schools in Japan to look a certain way.
Yes.
You're not allowed to wear your hair a certain way. You're not allowed to wear your skirt a certain way. So already Harajuku fashion is a breakout of that. But if you also draw attention to the fact like, hey, I'm not okay, and again, it's another expression. So these styles allow girls to craft who they are on their terms.
I see. All right.
Right. And finally, another one is digital healing spaces. So online groups and support circles have come up, and those people who like the fashion will now maybe, meet up or go for meets, to maybe trading their like circles their fashion, like a flea market as such.
Right.
Maybe they just vent to their fans, or to their friends, or they do fan art and similar. So some describe their first outfit as a lifeline, like getting there to do the fashion, be a part of it.
Well.
Yeah, so those are some of the reasons why it might resonate with girls in Japan. This might be different abroad. So maybe someone who's watching this right now is seeing it from a very different perspective abroad, and maybe your culture and community is different. I hope it's a very welcoming one, but it might be interpreted differently abroad, which has apparently as well.
So let's talk about how these fashions are reflected in music culture and idol culture.
That
there's
would
actually
be
a lot
your
of that.
area of expertise.
Well, that's right. So actually a lot of this fashion is reflected in idol culture specifically, and also then music sung by idols. There's a lot of this because, as you say, a lot of the traditional idol presentation is kawaii, yay, geki, geki, I'm so happy, happy, and happy, happy, hooray! But of course, once you start throwing these kinds of emotions into things, of course, your expression becomes different. So that gets reflected in both the music and staging and costuming and styling of idol groups. So some famous examples would be Omori Seiko. She's kind of the OG of this kind of thing. She has a group called ZOC, which is her plus a bunch of other girls. So she does a lot of this kind of styling and so forth for them. There's also Yandoru, and there's Mercuro. Shiori, you want to talk us through those two real quick?
So Yandoru is like an idol themed with the concept of Yami Kawaii. Mm-hmm. So yamu is the common word that they use, like yamu, yami, yanderu, yandoru. So it's the combination of yamu and idol.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Ha! That's good, isn't it? That's
So it has a double meaning. Yanderu, yandoru.
Yanderu idol.
Yes, exactly.
That's quite cute, isn't it?
Ah, smart.
Yeah, so they are doing like Yami Kawaii themed costumes and Yami Kawaii themed song. Mercuro is more towards actually Jirai Kei.
Okay.
So they have more gothic, dark taste. But they're doing kind of Yami Kawaii / Jirai Kei, that kind of dark and beautiful themed costume and songs as well. That's what they do, yes.
Okay. So, a lot of the times there'll be songs dealing with pain, isolation, desire, and recovery, which is interesting. Good to throw that one in there at the end.
Good.
Yeah. Getting back on the rails, as it were, which is a great place to be. Stage, costumes draw from Yami Kawaii, Jirai Kei fashion, and at times as well, an emotional breakdown can become part of the performance, which is that's something.
I mean, I think one thing that I heard is that these groups actually have a wider female fan base.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of them do. That's right.
Again, while this darkness must resonate with a female fan base. So it's not just because a lot of the normal idols, like you said, they're all like cute, we're so happy, everything's so great, and as long as you're lovely, everything's fine.
The market they're performing for is generally men. The cutie cute ones,
The cutie cute ones, yeah. Well, the ones that have like darkness might feel a little bit more real. And I gotta be honest, sometimes when you have like a really tough day, sometimes the cheery music doesn't cheer you up. Sometimes you want to hear something that resonates with you, how you're feeling right now, a little bit darker maybe. And I can understand that actually. Influence in art, media, and VTubers. So anime with similar aesthetics have happened. Harajuku Live, Asukano, and Magical Girl Site. I don't know any of the other ones, but Magical Girl Site was absolutely terrifying. I'm really sad it's in here. It made me feel really
What happened to Magical Girl Site?
It's absolutely terrifying. It's like really uncomfortable to watch. But again, I think in a society where supposed to be everything works out well and everyone's fine, that kind of thing, to see that recently at least some topics addressed of like, domestic violence and such. It's important that we start talking about it in Japan, I guess, in a way. So Menhera style VTubers apparently are gaining popularity.
Yeah, I see a lot of them. See the images of Menhera VTubers here and there and everywhere.
And then we have like online sites for art that are filled with stickers, comics, and zines in the theme. However, now that it's become popular, it started to get commercialized.
Oh, where's the money? Where the money at? Where the dollars and cents? The moolah? The pesos? Where they at? Where they at, Cathy Cat? Tell us where they at. Where they at?
I'm not sure where they at, but mainstream brands now sell Jirai Kei and Yami Kawaii items. And since it's become mainstream, fans are starting to push back. So Backlash from the OG fan base. Yes, such as make your own fashion, so handmade fashion, protest art, and indie zines.
Protest art. Wow.
So they're trying to reclaim that again. So Jirai Kei brought Trend Without the Trauma is another of the titles we have in here.
Trend Without the Trauma.
That is one of the titles that we have on our script here.
Trend Without the Trauma would be a great name for a band, actually. Trend Without the Trauma. That's a great band name. Continue, Cathy Cat.
All right, so there we go. Jirai Kei has recently gained traction overseas, especially on TikTok and Instagram. I'm not sure why I'm reading it like this.
It's good.
So foreign fans often adopt the fashion for this cute, edgy aesthetic, but some fans don't know that it also has mental health aspects with it. So some just live the fashion without living the lifestyle, which is also totally okay.
It is, aesthetically, it's a great... It looks great.
It does look great. It does look great.
I could totally see how someone would go, that looks amazing. I'll just wear that.
So emotional context is often missing apparently abroad. So it's treated more as soft goth or ego upgrade, especially with Jirai Kei. I think with Yami Kawaii, you can't kind of go past that because it's literally written on the t-shirt. But with Jirai Kei, you wouldn't tell because they look kind of like done up well, kind of frilly, looking nice. You don't know the undertones of that fashion as much. Yeah, and that's okay. You don't have to.
Do you not?
I mean, as long as you know that it exists, you don't have to be sad to wear it.
Okay.
You don't have to have mental health struggles to wear it.
Okay,
that's not a prerequisite to wear the fashion.
Oh, that's good.
But it's good to know that that's where some of the sources, basis, core, you know where it comes from in Japan.
Inspiration.
Yeah, you need to know a little bit. If you can know this, and by watching this video, you know already about this, you already done a bit of research on it.
And so now, of course, a question begins to arise, which is if people overseas start doing it, but they leave out all of this context. Now, is this some kind of appropriation of the fashion without paying attention to its original emotional roots? And that is the question that I have no answer to. Do you?
Well, Shiori, let's find out. How do you feel about it as a Japanese girl?
I mean, like, even Japanese girls recently, like, they nowadays do Jirai Kei fashion without the context, just because they're cute. Everyone loves pink. Everyone loves this kind of like a cute, idol-y kind of looks. And also we discussed like there is like a new generation of idol coming. Like the idol trend has been shifted. So everyone kind of wants to be a sort of idol in their lives. So everyone wants to be dressed sort of like an idol. And then this Jirai Kei fashion is kind of, as Cathy said, it kind of looks like an idol. So everyone kind of started doing this fashion no matter what. So like right now, Yami Kawaii is a little bit like before the Jirai Kei fashion appeared. So it's got, maybe they have a little bit different context. But Jirai Kei fashion is also right now called Ryosan Kei fashion, which is I think the direct translation would be like mass production fashion.
Mass production fashion.
So everyone is doing the same thing, kind of fashion.
Yeah, you gotta leave it to like, I think the Yami Kawaii is a lot more Harajuku in the aspect of it's like very colorful, very cute. You can put tons of accessories on you and stuff. While Jirai Kei looks very kind of smart, done up well, you know, and like everything is tight, everything looks good.
I gotta agree with that.
And like, you know, Jirai Kei, just wearing Jirai Kei looks good. It's a looking like good looking fashion. So
I think I feel like Yami Kawa looks much more like a young female just wearing clothes, whereas Jirai Kei there's something magnetic to the eye about the aesthetic. The girls stand out, as it were.
they do, like literally they stood out today when I was walking up the station. There were two girls in that style, but I think there's also the darkness in it is almost a little bit like a shield for them as well. Like if they were just wearing a cute pink dress, it's like, oh, I'm so cute. But this one also has a certain strength in using the blacks as accent of the fashion as well. And usually they have like big black shoes. They're kind
They
of
do
like
have
also
huge shoes.
yeah,
don't they?
like really big black stompy shoes.
shoes.
So there's also a little bit of a display of strength, a certain strength in it. Or like I said before, it could also be like, hey, you know, I can explode. Like you come on me the wrong way, onto me the wrong way, I can explode.
These giant shoes are my landmine protection. Step on a landmine, I won't explode my foot.
So these were a lot of serious topics going through the lens of fashion, though. If you guys should need some actual real help, then please look in your country, look up. There's a lot of mental health help online to help you better than watching the podcast, which was mainly focusing on fashion with some of the backgrounds of it. We have not really focused on the mental health part and the importance of it. So I'm afraid we can't provide that in this podcast as we don't know enough resources that you can maybe use for it. But I hope that you can have fun with fashion in whichever state in your life you are currently in right now.
Now let's point out that neither of us are experts in mental health. So if you feel you need help, please go find an expert.
Exactly. There you go.
Well, that's arguably the most somber note on which we've ever wrapped up an episode of Cat with Beard.
I think so. I guess like Harajuku fashion has always been a way of self-expression over the different, you know, ways that Japan has changed over the last couple of years. And, you know, whether it's visual kei or gothic or Lolita or decora or Jirai Kei or Yami Kawaii, it is a form of self-expression. It gives young people joy to wear it. It is a wonderful way to express yourself through the things that you want to wear. So never, be scared to do that. Never be worried that you're not doing it quite right. You know, just start by starting and then work your way into the styles.
Did Cathy Cat ever have a chapter of darker expression through her fashion?
Darker expression through my fashion. I guess I started with gothic Lolita. That's maybe quite dark, but that was like a different start for me because I was just scared. I thought I could never pull off the pinks. I would never look good in colorful fashion. I thought everyone would hate me if I wear it the wrong way. Everyone has those fears right at the start before they start wearing it. I'd like to encourage each and everyone to wear the fashion you want to wear. And if it makes you happy. In the end, it's all about being happy. So it should make you happy to wear what you would like to wear. And it doesn't have to, contain a whole lifestyle with it. In the end, it's clothes.
That's clothes.
It's just clothes. And if they bring you joy, then you should wear what you would like to wear.
Yeah, that's correct.
If you can.
I can get behind that sentiment.
Exactly.
All
So,
right.
life should be sweet. Let's be sweet to each other and do what you love and love what you do.
And
See you for another episode of Cat with Beard. Bye-bye.
bye-bye.